Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another live stream here. This is the first one since a little while here. Uh, I'm just showing off my 2026 collection. As of right now, I got some of the new Chevrolet Camaros. I got Chase Elliott over here that actually won Texas 2 weeks ago. And then I got William Byron 24 and Alex Bowman the 48. Just to kind of give you guys a little bit of recap about what I actually gotten. Uh, and I think maybe you guys, if you guys have been long viewers of this channel, uh, I kind of have this big shelf in my room. This is my diecast collection with this big shelf here, and kind of maybe hard to see it, but there it is right there where it starts. Up there, it starts off with 1964 cars, little hodgepodge of 1969s and 70s, and then it jumps straight pretty much into 1997 right up here, and it goes all the way until the 2020 NASCAR Xfinity Series, and as no one's hopped on yet, I'm just going to continue just going on here on a little tangent before someone jumps on. I have no idea if anyone's going to hop on. But I was going to talk about Dover and the All-Star race, which, in my opinion, I'm going to just turn around. As you can see, I'm wearing these awesome headphones, Heavies. I purchased those a little while back. I think I purchased them back in like April or March or whatever. I think it was actually late March, early April. Um, and so I'm just wearing these Heavies. I was gonna go do an Instagram live, but apparently it will not allow me because I have to have over 1,000 followers, and I'm not supposed to be private, I guess, on Instagram. And someone's hopped on now, so that's really cool. Hello, whoever popped on. Let me go see that popped on to be. Am I able to see chat? Big Mac and Fries hopped on. What's up, Big Mac and Fries? Just showing off my NASCAR diecast collection and everything, and talk about Dover. Um, this is kind of some of that. And Mike's hopped on too. We got a couple people hopping on. So I guess I'm going to get started and talk about Dover. Dover All-Star Race weekend. It's an All-Star race, so it's not a points-paying race. Um, there's going to be 36 entries, and 19 of them are eligible. And there's also be a fan vote, so 20, I guess, will be competing for $1 million. And pretty much my hot take on the All-Star race is that um, I think it's just kind of ran its course. The All-Star race, to me, it's kind of now just a farce. And the reason why is that the stakes are still the same, $1 million. And I think with this how NASCAR is treating this, it's like a test session. In my opinion, if you're going to do an All-Star race for $1 million, how about you make it just a sprint? Um, Mike says, "I hope this stream goes popular." Well, I don't know. I'm not like Erica Stepp or any of the big Goliaths on YouTube, but it doesn't matter. It's fine, man. Um, but like I was saying with the All-Star race and how it should be treated as like a sprint. 40 to 50 lap sprint. They don't pit at all, and you get 16 of the best guys or 20 of the best guys in NASCAR in the period to race for $1 million. I'm just streaming Big Mac and Fries. I'm just streaming basically for just for fun, really talking about whatever. I usually do diecast reviews and stuff. So yeah. So I'll just basically show you off diecast everything like that. If you guys just don't want to see my face. These are the 2026s, and then I have over here some diecasts in these little cases I have in here because I don't have any more room to put it on this big shelf. But yeah, it should be a sprint race. The All-Star race should be a sprint basically for $1 million. and that's just kind of how I feel about it. And I think also NASCAR should just allow the teams to do whatever the heck they want to do to the cars. And the reason that is because I think if you see different setups, if you see what, like the creativity what these teams could do, it'd be kind of funny just to look at it just one time, and then NASCAR can look at what they did or whatever they could study it. Um, they could study that funky setup that the teams did, and so that's just kind of how I feel about the All Star race. But I think it's been a good weekend. You got the Truck Series, you got the O'Reilly Series, and then you got ARCA going there as well for Dover. I think it's been a pretty good weekend. I hope the Trucks basically will race there. This is the first time the Trucks will race there since I believe 2019. I think so. Um, and the O'Reilly Series has been racing there, since, so. It was actually range shortened last year for the O'Reilly Series. Connor Zillage ended up winning that race. It was range shortened and all that. We didn't even really get to see a full race. But we got 18 viewers in here, man. Oh my gosh, this is really cool. I got 18 viewers in this. Hello to everybody that's hopped on. I'm just talking about Dover and the All-Star weekend that's coming up and just being social. Ask me some questions, man. Don't be afraid to ask me some questions, everything. I'll be answering the best I can. I'm just, there's my diecast wall there, as you guys can see. I'm just being social right now. Um, I still kind of have no idea what the Big Macs and fries, I think he's just laughing. I don't know. Um, yeah, so Dover should be interesting, I think. There is 39 entries for the NASCAR Rally Series. There's 36 for trucks, and there's 36 for Cup Series, obviously, because it's All-Star Weekend. Um, I think my predictions for trucks, I'm going to probably hand it to Caden Honeycutt again, because let me tell you something. So, hey, Caden Honeycutt, he got his first win this past weekend on Friday at the Glen, and then he backed it up. He actually backed up with some CARSTAR wins. He actually, before the truck race, got the ARCA win at the Glen, and then he won trucks, and then he won two CARSTAR late model races, which the pro late models and then the late model stocks. And then it was just really interesting. I was watching the race, actually. I was watching just kind of how Trent Lapsovich, he was trying to get to him. He just couldn't. Lap traffic was playing a factor, but I don't think he really had the car underneath to get to him, and it was kind of bad on that situation. But Cade Honeycutt, I'm predicting him to basically be strong at Dover and actually to win. I think for a person to challenge him, I'm probably going to go up against, I'll probably have, excuse me, I'll be having probably Giro Juro or Lane Riggs contest against Kane Honeycutt in the number 11 truck. For the O'Reilly's race, I'm going to pick one of the JRM cars. I'm going to pick Justin Allgaier. He's the man at Dover. He's also really good at everywhere, really, we see him. So Justin Allgaier, I'm going to pick him to win. I didn't really look at the full entry list really much, but I'll pick it Allgaier, and I think I'm going to also pick Toyota. I'm going to pick Brent Cruz, man. Brent Cruz, he's absolutely fast. Brent Cruz is only 18 years old and really kicking some butt right now. Probably going to be a really, really hot prospect in the future. I mean, if he doesn't get his first win this year, I'd be very shocked, in my opinion. So I'm going to have Brent Cruz and Allgaier for my two picks for the just for the O'Reilly's race. And then for the All-Star race, I'm going to pick Tyler Reddick and Carson Hocevar. Simple as that. I think those two are absolutely odds-on favorites to win the All-Star race, win $1 million. Those are my picks going in. I don't know how they're going to do, but if we get a surprise winner, maybe like a Ryan Blaney and I'm saying Ryan Blaney because he really hasn't been. Penske's been struggling a little bit. Joey Logano's been struggling. He's actually 18th in the chase standings right now, which is not good, basically, for Joey Logano, for those fans out there. So, and speaking of Blaney, there he is right there. That's the body armor car. This paint scheme, I don't think it's been ran yet, which has been surprising. Imagine this diecast has, like, the paint scheme has never been raced. I'll show you what's actually never been raced. Let me show you something. This is very interesting. So it's actually over here. Kyle Busch. This diecast right here, this paint scheme, this was supposed to be ran, but it was never ran, which is interesting. Thank you, Big Mac and Fries. Thank you so much for that. And another paint scheme that's never been raced, actually, which is over here, Danica Patrick. This Penske was never raced actually, which is crazy. Uh, so yeah, it's kind of that. What's my favorite car? Let me see. This right here. So kind of why I hesitate because it is definitely tough. You know, there's a lot of cool diecasts I recently got, but this one right here in particular, this is my favorite car, Big Mac and Fries. A little backstory on this: I actually had this in the Winter Circle edition, but I actually had on the roof the Robustus Rookie of the Year on the roof, and it was actually in Winter Circle. Unfortunately, I beat the crap out of it with a rubber mallet, and I got this car back when I was back in 2021 during the Daytona 500. I actually went to the Daytona 500 back in 2021, and I got this, and I think it was for $3, which was a steal in my opinion. But yeah, that's basically my favorite as for now because it's big. It's a big childhood memory of mine. You know, all that I had it as a kid, and I finally got it back. Another one of my favorites is this Casey Mears right here. I got this one back I was when I was a kid. I had this one as well, and I beat the crap out of it as well. One of the first is what you're saying now. One of the first is I think down. It's down in here, and it's this Ryan Newman from 2004. I think I might have stolen this basically from a kid, but he didn't even recognize that I stole it. So I just, I don't know. I I just found it, I guess, from somebody or whatever, and I just ran off with it. But no one's gonna know who. I don't even know who I stole it from. But you know, probably don't even care anymore. um, yeah, really, that's an interesting question. One of my first, that was a lot. One of my first, a lot of the firsts I've had, I destroyed them and they're pretty much long gone. But I'm trying to get them back and all that like that. So, uh, only got two viewers in this, which Big Mac and Fries has been asking me some questions. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. And two likes on this. There we go. That's better. I forgot to show off a little bit more of the 124 scales. Here they are right there, the 124 scales as I continue on. This right here is autographed. I went to, there was at the time the Georgia Racing Hall of Fame. I was living in Georgia I bought this so that Chase Elliott could sign it. And I got his autograph and met Chase Elliott when I was 13 years old and he was 18, and this was back in 2014. So that's kind of a little backstory on that. Um, there's the NASCAR Riley Earnhardt Series, or the Busch Series, Nationwide Series collection, which yeah, a lot of names that the series has gone through. The Grand National Series collection. Here's the Daytona 500 win collection right here, or Daytona win collection, and yes, this is autographed by Michael Waltrip. The Elite Diecast, just of that there a little bit. The hodgepodge based on the generations and stuff. There's Jeff Gordon stuff I have down here. Jimmy, Gen 6 cars, Gen 4s, Dale Earnhardt Jr. collection, and then a little bit of some Gen 4s down here with some race wins. My least favorite diecast. That's a that's kind of unfortunately a tough one for me. I think my least favorite by looking at something I've beaten up. I've beaten the crap out of this 2008 Jeff Gordon, and I decided to paint the scratch marks off, and you could just tell I beat the crap out of this thing. Um, I've had this when I've been having this diecast since I was 7 years old. Very beaten up and stuff like that. Unfortunately, just not a good favorite to look at. Um, kind of another least favorite, I would say. I mean, they're all beaten. I think the least favorite are the ones that are beaten up, in my opinion. Um, The Ryan Newman is kind of just like, I wish I'd taken care of things better. Um, Maybe some of the Gen 7s I've gotten, or some of the, let's see here. I'm going to do, when this was released, or when the Pacey was released, it's just not a whole lot going on. I am 1%. I probably have to go because my phone's about to die, so have a good day. I appreciate you, buddy. Uh, I'm pretty much going to hop off myself. Uh, this is kind of something just be social about, do a little thing basically or so. I had like 23 viewers, and I'm like, wait a minute, really? I couldn't believe I had that much. Um, Probably hop off myself. As for now, I gave you kind of my predictions at Dover, showed you around my diecast a little bit, and just did all that. So, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. I will actually, I'm going to just tell you right now, I do have some diecasts coming in. I bought some more diecasts today, which have been the new arrivals. I'm not going to tell you basically what it is, but you guys can figure it out yourself. So I'll see you guys in the next diecast review, and I might do another live. I may do another live. I don't really necessarily know. But other than that, this has been it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Signing off, and God bless, guys.